Hi, my name is Beth Hiley here for Board Game Geek TV at Spiel 2014. I'm sitting down with Thibaut Quintas of Black Rock City Games. Is that right?
Black Rock Games.
Black Rock. Apparently,
Black Rock City is a game.
It is a game.
From Black Rock.
That's true. And
You're right.
I'm just going to incorporate your entire company as a town. But anyway, the game that you brought us this year is Prohis, about the American Prohibition period. Yes.
Yeah. It's linked with this period for sure, and we are players we are playing smugglers, trying to pass good, legal and illegal goods through a convoy to achieve our warehouse and to try to get as rich as we can.
Always a good goal.
Always a good goal, exactly. So for the beginning of the game, the aim of the game is to be as rich as possible. We will try to get to win cards which values different money. This represents a card of legal goods. Legal goods is kind of easy to pass, so you get only 1,000. This is a card for illegal goods, which is a bit harder to pass, so we would get 4,000. The idea of the game is everyone will start with an inspector and captain.
All right, which are pictured right here.
Inspector and captain. In the game as well, beside the legal goods and the illegal goods cards, we have what we call a lieutenant. And the lieutenant, it's not in the hand of the players in the beginning, but it's in the deck of the cards. Yeah. So at the beginning, the idea is we will have all 4 cards in our hands, plus those 2 cards hidden from the other players. So we'll have as well 4 cards. You have your cards in your hand. At your turn, you have 2 possibilities. First possibility is to take more cards in your hands.
Okay.
In this case, you will take either 2 visible cards or 1 visible and 1 hidden. Okay? That's one action possible. At your turn, you have another possibility. The aim of the game is to try to pass legal or illegal goods through your warehouse. Yeah. For that, you will have to. I'm going in my turn, for example. I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to try to pass these 3 cards. Exactly.
I'm suspicious already.
If you're suspicious, you can use one of your men.
All right.
Inspector.
So we'll say
the highest rank.
Right.
Because if another player, then none of the other players could go higher. If you had played a lieutenant or a captain, someone could use his inspector and take the check instead of you, and you would take this back in your hand. But you're the highest, so no one anyway tries to.
I'd like to start strong.
I have no 2 possibilities that we can see in this card. If I try to make a convoy pass, either I'm going to bribe you, going to try to bribe you. So I may trying to bribe you and propose you this bribe. You can look at it and then take your decision. In this situation, 2 possibilities for you. Either you refuse my bribe and you will check, or you accept my bribe, you take back your inspector in your hand, and I make my convoy pass. All
right, so we'll say yes, this looks good to me.
So, you happy with this? I'm happy too. So you put that in your warehouse.
All right.
On the side, that's for the points at the end. All my convoy is going in my warehouse too. You have the chance to use this inspector again. Yeah, you keep it, and then it's your turn. I just have to say it's a 3-player game minimum to 6. So 2 players doesn't work really, but it's just for the example. So now it's your turn.
Well, then let's say I'm also going to.
Exactly. So we're going to make the other situation possible. You're going to try to bribe me. I'm going to say, okay, I want to check. I don't trust you. I want to check.
All right, and this is going to be a very interesting bribe. Just one.
And I'm going to look at it, and that's a very interesting one.
Isn't it?
But I'm going to refuse it because I think that means you propose me too much. I think you have way more into that. So you keep your card.
All right, because you didn't accept my bribe.
Yeah, I didn't accept my bribe. And that's in this case, I'm going to check with the captain. I can check 2 cards. With the inspector, I can check 3. Up to 3 cards. And with the lieutenant, only 1 card. You have 3. I'm going to choose 2 randomly.
Legal.
This is legal goods, so nothing happening so far. and 2 legal cards.
Legal.
So you're very legal. So what's happening in this case? Legal cards, all the cards and my inspector, I'm losing it. Takes into your. It's good for you. You have nothing to reproach yourself. You take my card. I missed my check, and all goes to your convoy. Something very interesting and important. It's like the men, if they are in your warehouse at the end of the game, they're worth 4,000.
Ah, okay, so these values along the bottom.
If they're still in your hand at the end of the game, only 2,000.
So more points if you can get them.
So it's a way
captured.
to get them in there, exactly. And if I had found illegal goods,
never.
I know with you not, but maybe with some other players, you know that can happen. Then in this case, my inspector and all the convoy that you were trying to pass goes to my warehouse. So I don't take back my inspector, it goes to my warehouse to the city.
Which of course is going to be worth more points for you.
Exactly.
Or more money, excuse me.
Exactly. That's pretty much all of it. Except as well, if you accept the bribe, so we explain it. If you don't accept, there is another card. Maybe you're going to try to pass in your cards, in your warehouse, some of your men. Maybe. It can be interesting that point. Not special in the beginning, but it can be really interesting. And if I found this one, this means there is an infiltration. And I made a mistake trying to look at this and finding out an infiltration. So you get my man, and all these cards do go to your warehouse. So that's a bit risky as well. And, so that's basically the game.
And what triggers the end of the game?
When there is no cards in here. Depending if you play 3-4 players or 5 and 6, you take out, you withdraw some cards of the game. So some illegal goods, some illegal, and some inspectors as well. But that's when the pile here is over. When we can't refill with 4 cards here, visible, the game ends. And we will count how many cards we have.
How long do you think a full game would take?
20 minutes.
Real fast.
Yeah, really like 20 minutes, 25 minutes. It's really tense. It's really like about bluffing, negotiating in some ways as well, and some strategy as well, because you will learn that you can't do everything so easily sometimes. And using, for example, inspectors or men's, and depending on the time of the game, it's more appropriate in one time and another time.
And one question, just as a follow-up too. So if I'm trying to deliver something to my warehouse, does it go in turn order around the table for people to decide if they want to try and stop
Everyone
it?
can have the opportunity to try to. If no one's saying it goes,
it just goes.
Okay, it goes. And if the first one says inspector, no one carry on. But
That's
if the
right,
first one says lieutenant, maybe someone else can go and say, okay, go back. I'm
so you'd always have to play a higher rank of character cards.
Remember, you have only one like this in the beginning, and one captain.
Right.
And you have 10 like this into the box, into the pile that you can receive. And that's all. So you can win from the other some cards, as we showed if you bribe another. But they are very precious as well. Like you don't want to use them to
use wisely.
Exactly. You have to be smart and to use them wisely to get the best result of it. So that's it.
That's it.
Really, that's
Prohis.
Yeah.
That's Prohis. So go check it out.